Welcome back. We're here to do the karmic third party. I have been anticipating this read for multiple reasons. I had to really sit with it for a little bit. Number one is because some of you may be experiencing psychic attacks. Okay. At first, I was like, could it be because Saturn has gone direct? Possibly, but I think it's more to do with Neptune. Now, Neptune will go direct, I do believe, this month. I'll get the date in a moment, but predominantly I'd say also because there's placements in Scorpio. It's one of those times that we do need to be quite cautious. So really good time to clear your homes, to wear your protective crystals. The other thing is when I do channel, and especially if I have a client, the one thing I have noticed is I can pick up on the energy prior to the booking. And I do tend to embody the frequency of what that person's going through. Now, there is a lot of anxiousness, okay? So really, I did pose it to the members yesterday, and I says, okay, which one do we want to record first? Is it Divine Feminine? Is it the karmic third party? And the request was for the feminine. And I knew directly, because I hadn't addressed the karmic, I would be embodying theirs for another day. And it's been pretty shitty, to be quite honest. So the vibe has been very heavy, very gut-wrenching. So it's been quite uncomfortable. So let's find out what the gist of it is, eh? If you do want a personal booking, the link is directly below. If you want to join us and the members, they do get theirs pre-released. I'll be recording again this weekend to attempt to get everything ahead. And over the break, I will be recording quite a bit of content. So let's take a look. What do we need to know for the karmic energy for the first week of December? Very anxious. There's a bit of throat chakra going on as well. This person feels censored. They feel they want to be able to, okay, these two are staying together. We'll leave them together. They feel as though they have something to say, but they feel there's an inability. It's almost like they've been blocked. This could be for a pocket group. They've been blocked. They're unable to. They have something to say. I feel there's anger. There's anxiousness. Yeah, this person really does feel quite censored. My cards aren't looking too flush. Let's see. Okay, wow, they've got some heavy crap going on. I may actually, I may gauge whether we need to be aware of anything as cross watchers to protect ourselves. Now, we always can look at this energy also from a manner in which, if we're triggered, how we could relate to a circumstance. Generally, sometimes individuals do get to a crossroad and say, am I the karmic? Don't be surprised if you go through that stage. It's quite common, especially if you feel everything's blooming going wrong, and we're getting triggered. It's quite normal. However, generally speaking, a karmic wouldn't ask if they were a karmic because they're really quite oblivious to it. Plus, generally speaking, yeah, they don't. It's the you're wrong, I'm right analogy. Okay, and it's not to say they're all bad people, not at all. Okay, what do I see here? This is okay. The first thing I'm getting is they've heard something through the grapevine. Okay, this could be snooping. I definitely was getting fly totem quite a bit, really moving into this December frequency, and flies, which hopefully I'm going to be doing education content, spiritual content that we can bring to the collective, so that if it happens, you can actually refer to a video and go, okay, this is what it's meaning. Now, in the context, I use various mediums to aid me with my channeling. I'm a psychic medium. I also, have the understanding of astrology, animal totems, number synchronicities, psychic attacks, you name it. I have a varied level of experience. Now, number one is with the flies. When we do see it, there are connotations linking to black magic, the old term of being a fly on the wall, almost like a snooping Tom. It's also to do with the cycle that's ending because, you know, Scorpio, Pluto direct, what you can look at is there's an old cycle in our lives of rotting and falling away, and there's a new one coming. So it's like rebirth, but it's like having to act quite quickly. Now, each of us will relate to that, you know, in a different way. The karmics, however, you know, sometimes psychic attacks can come through something as simple as jealousy, projection, a person thinking about you. Also, if you are tuning into a karmic, you also can embody their frequency. So if you do find, you know, you're feeling quite run down, you're feeling quite tired, and you're tuning into a particular individual that in your belief is lower frequency, you can accidentally start to embody their frequency. So it can be aggression, it can be negativity. My advice for you at that point in time would be to detach of the thought process, number one. Drink fluid. You can smudge the head and tune into something for about 10-20 minutes, 10-20 seconds until it's clear and the vibration dissipates. If it doesn't, you may need to use a guided meditation to clear your aura, protective gems. But generally, prior to that, I would do the meditation. I would go and have a shower, drink fluid, use crystals, and completely tune out of that person just for a little bit. Once your aura and your body is rested, your energy and your soul is going to be more protected. It will be very important in the month of December to do this. Once Neptune goes direct, it's the veil is going to be very thin. So these individuals at the moment, really what I'm seeing is, and I feel this is directed in the direction of divine feminine for some reason. So there's somebody that maybe has heard something through, oh, the tummy feels yuck. Yeah, it's heard something, very unsettling, very angry. You know, inner child is coming up for this person, but they've heard something through the grapevine. I also do feel some are actually snooping, stalking, viewing. This also could be drive-bys, but it's frustrating. This person's frustrated. Frustrated would probably be a very light word. I almost feel that this individual in the mix of things can feel quite bitter, is feeling quite bitter. Now, 2 cards came out for the past position. Always baffles me. This person wants to come rushing in. This person also wants justice. That, like I said, I was really picking that this is quite a vengeful energy. Hi, Del. So, you know, what I am looking at is the fact that 2 cards came out in the past position. It's the Chariot and the Justice card. And the funny thing is, you know, it's something to do with the past. It's where they thought that they were supposed to be, how they thought things were supposed to turn out. Now, these individuals can be quite vengeful at the moment. And again, I was getting a very strong message that this anger, what could we call it? Anger, jealousy, feeling of rejection, feeling of failure. It's being projected towards divine feminine for some reason. It's weird. I'm really not picking divine masculine in the mix, although it could be in relationship to divine masculine, but I do feel these energies are projecting it towards divine feminine. So I would be very careful, especially if you find you're getting headaches, you're getting those psychic attacks, to clear your energy, to protect yourself. Do your crystal grids. It never lasts forever, but it's enough to make you feel, you know, you feel the vibration. This person, yeah, this person wants justice. This person wants things to go in their favor. What they're not understanding is, whilst they had an opportunity, potentially, if this is in relationship to divine masculine, um, they're not seeing or grasping or accepting the fact that they had an opportunity to make a situation the very best it physically could be. And if it's falling down, if it's gone, if it's over, what they're not owning is the fact that they've had their turn, they tried. It does take two to tango. Let's just be perfectly honest. Sometimes, especially as divine feminines, we can look at things and go, heck, we've failed. Oh my gosh, we've tried our best. And subconsciously, even if we're not aware of it, we can be blaming ourselves when it actually takes two people to make a relationship. These individuals here are sort of looking at it like that. But it's feeling more the blame game is really being projected towards divine feminine. It's funny, at times divine feminine also may think to themselves, gee, if I was that magic, if I had that much power and hold over a person, then you would have reached union centuries ago. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's about being realistic, but this person's not being realistic. This person has this sob story, and trust me, I'm channeling. By no means am I trying to make that circumstance small, but it's how my guides are actually communicating with me at this point. So, to me, this group of energy that is coming through, this is an old situation. This is a person maybe that is already completely out of the connection, and they're viewing in resent, really wanting this to get better. They were hoping that with you, this connection and this person, and they're sensing it, especially if they're still in the relationship. What I am seeing from the cards is the tower's falling. Yeah, they're still looking at divine feminine as the person who holds power. They're really, especially those that are in the connection still, they're directly picking up on it like there's a distance, there's a, the person has changed, their demeanor's changed. So they're picking it as, again, that counterpart is the victim and you're the perpetrator. I'm just saying. This is a perspective. Yeah, there's some stagnation. There's stagnation in the heart of this. They could be trying to delay. This also could be people of the past. They're trying to delay and get their cup back. God. Okay. I don't like being the messenger sometimes. Especially if you understood what the November moon in Gemini was all to do with, and Mercury retrograde. It's like, oh, heck. It's all to do with perspectives. Had the most interesting conversation with my daughter's partner, and he was like, look, I'm our perspectives are our perspectives. It doesn't mean they're wrong, but there's millions of perspectives, and that's the reality. So sometimes we can accidentally have cross wires with people. Sometimes what we say may get taken out of context, and we have absolutely no power over that. And a lot of advice for the November Gemini moon was to do with, it was quite baffling to listen to, especially understanding astrology. There were pocket groups that were really saying, go and hide, go into hermit mode, don't say anything, don't do anything, and I'm a very firm believer that everything does happen for a reason. And, this can be anything down to a showdown to, having the emotional intelligence, fantastic. But I really do believe that these things were supposed to happen. Certain things were supposed to happen. So we're not going to be able to please everyone. This person, though, is feeling stuck. The heart space is stuck. They could be delaying even though they feel the tower's falling. And they have seen the behavior of the person that they had the direct connection with. And this person was not liking the relationship. If this person's currently in the relationship, they can't think of any, oh, I hate saying it this way, but this is how it's coming through in the read. They're in the Ten of Swords. So the individual who was in the connection with this person couldn't think of absolutely anything worse, and it became unbearable, and it's becoming unbearable because they're in the Ten of Swords. So I feel this is really a non-negotiable. Yeah, look, they're coming through in this read. This is a very strong read coming through. We have the Thought card in reverse, you know, the sign of a headache. It's like, God, I'm perplexed. I'm thinking it's in reverse. They're like, look, as far as the individual who's involved with them, and they're like, they don't want to think about it. They don't even want to, they're not even thinking about the connection right now. The person is that overwhelmed. The karmic is picking up on this, and they're really in this kind of rejection energy. They're feeling this rejection. There's been a lot of changes potentially, but they're really quite shocked at how many changes. And this read also can relate to those of you in reconciliation. So it's the current energy, I believe, coming through for the collective. Okay, so what do we need to know about the Five of Cups, please? Yeah, okay, counterpart is like, I ain't doing this. I'm not doing this crap no more. This person's not even thinking about them. It's the furthest thing from their mind. I also feel they're thinking about the future. They did feel that they made a lot of sacrifices. I feel the karmic is suffering more, you know, especially for those where this was over a very long time ago. The karmic is really going through a sense of suffering. Yeah, and counterparts really like, I don't think so. But they're coming through with the Five of Cups. You know, fives, I hate the fives. I like the fives after the fact. I don't like the fives during it. I don't care what anyone says. That's my personal opinion. When I was seeing the fives through a process of my awakening, I was like, oh, wow, cool. Yeah, no, everything changed, which everything does change. It really does. You just, when you get the fives, it's a lot of things all at once. And, you know, the analogy that comes to mind is the Pink song, "This used to be a fun house, and now it's full of evil clowns," you know. Yeah, that's how it felt. So this individual's in the thick of it. They were meant to let go. You know, whenever I get this card, it always connects to me, you know, to the Pluto energy. They're things that were hidden in their subconscious mind. It's deep. It's like the floor was rotting. It needed replacing, but they just won't let it go. Their subconscious. Okay, I want to know about this Hangman. What reference point are we making here? Oh, okay. They did believe that counterpart was to make sacrifices. There's also jealousy that the sacrifices also, in their opinion, will be made for another person. And I feel they're making reference to, again, divine feminine. Yep, that you have stole this person's heart. Again, yeah, there's shadows on the wall here. They're snooping. Something's wrapping up very quickly. I also feel for some, they've actually communicated with the karmic and said, look, you know, I'm proceeding forward. I'm sorry, you know, but this really isn't working. This person could be actually quite codependent. There also could be some sense of a situation going on where they could have a habit. This person could have a habit. They could be in quite a bit of debt. This habit, though, this can be, yeah, some sort of a pacifier. It feels like a habit. Interesting. Okay. This also could be codependency, where the individual was quite codependent on counterparts. Sometimes it can be vice versa, but on this occasion, I'm really picking it's, karmic being quite codependent on counterpart. This could be a letter coming in for them. Okay, what is this letter? It's paperwork. Okay, they're being guided to play their cards right, but I don't think they're listening to their intuition. They're going in my angel sphere to tread. Some of them also, this is more for the individuals that maybe did betray counterpart. I feel, I feel counterpart clocked onto it. Counterpart has had money taken from them due to this. There's an ally here, though. This ally is actually going to help. They're actually bringing this truth out. I feel this is between now and Christmas. They've got a spy. They're watching this person. They know what's going on. If this is a family-related dynamic, again, I feel the individual who's involved with this situation is, again, observing. For some, especially those in communication, there can be a argument. There can be a worry. Unfinished business. It feels it's wrapping up quickly, though, so I don't think it's something that's really spread out over a long time. Whatever this is, this could be to do with the document. It could be to do with wealth, value systems. It could be a physical argument, like, back off, leave me alone. But I think whatever this is, it's wrapping up very quickly, but it's almost like it's preordained. It's like it was meant to happen. Okay, this person feels everything that was rightfully theirs is being taken. I just keep hearing the term the Tower. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Money, health, all going. They're making reference points to sickness and health. So there could be a person in the mix of this dealing with a karmic that's unwell. Okay, what do they need to be ready for? What are they ready for? Okay, is this to do with them? I don't think it is. I got this very bad feeling. Okay, this is to do with revenge. This person's mad. This person's plotting. Their intuition isn't seeing things clearly. I think they're in a little bit of ego. This person's intent is to sabotage the spiritual connection. They're saying what they've missed is because they're so angry, they're not seeing the clarity. Their plan is all. I see counterpart protecting divine feminine. Look at this. Yeah. Wow. That's full on. This person presumes that they're going to go back to their old ways. This is a spiritual test that's being passed. This person's actually being rejected. Okay, what are they showing me here? For some of you, this can be linking to an anniversary of a person passing over. It could be their birthday, it could be an anniversary date, but there's some reference point either on your side or their side. There's an anniversary. They're making reference to that time frame. What they're looking for is not games, it's maturity and evolution, it's transformation. I feel if this person is making comments about divine feminine, I feel that DM is actually putting their foot down. This is really interesting. I've never seen a read like this in a while, actually, since 2017. Okay, they're making reference to Neptune going direct. The tables are turning. I feel something is going in the counterpart's kind of direction. What do I mean by that? This person's going to not like this process. It is for their betterment in the long run. They're very resistant towards it. For a pocket group, I do see there are potential reunions and engagements. This also can be a declaration where it's like a decision is made. Yeah, something's not going about the way they anticipated. My warning would be to be aware that this person has a bee in their bonnet. Pay attention to your ascension symptoms, crystal grid. Don't be naive when it does come to this individual, because I feel this individual is grasping at straws and quite dangerous. I'm going to leave it at that. We will check in with it next week. If you do want to come through and listen, you can get it pre-released in the members, which I will be getting a lot of those up to date. Take care, beautifuls, and I'll see you soon.